My name is Sachin Bhandari and you're watching the Storyco's YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to narrate the story of Michael Jordan and a difficult goodbye. Now, if you're much younger than I, you're probably wondering who the hell is Michael Jordan. Let's just say that Michael Black Jesus Jordan is the best basketball player of all time and arguably the best sports person to have ever lived. Now, after the story, I will also share a communication tip from the story which you can use in your everyday communication. But to get to know all of this, just hold on, listen to the story and wait till the end of the video to find out that actionable tip. Okay, so let's jump straight in. So Michael Jordan was the superstar player of the Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls, this particular team which had other superstars like Kukoc, Rodman, Steve Kerr. This team won 6 NBA championships from 1989 to 1998, and that I think is an unparalleled effort. And this team was coached by Phil Jackson. Now, Phil Jackson was known to be a fantastic coach, though he was pretty unconventional. He's also said to be inspired. He's also said to have been inspired a lot by indigenous American teachings and culture. So that is something that he used to bring to his coaching. His focus was more on the sublime than the obvious. Now, in 1998, this team had to say goodbye to each other because of some unpleasant reasons. They couldn't play together anymore. Understandably, this was a difficult time for everyone, right? Because they had been playing together for so long. The team meant their identity, but they had to say goodbye. It was a difficult time, and the onus of providing a closure to all of the players fell on Phil Jackson. Now, Phil Jackson narrates in the Netflix series The Last Dance that he actually resorted to a ritual that he learned from his wife, who works in the developmental sector. So despite all of the challenges and the uncertainty of how to help the team close, Phil Jackson called in the entire team one day, and he asked them to take a piece of paper each and write down on that piece of paper what did the team mean to each one of them. Steve Kerr actually wrote a poem. It is also said that Jordan shed a rare tear. And after people narrated whatever they had written on the these pieces of paper, there was a collective emotional outburst, and everybody got together. And then Phil Jackson asked them to hand over these pieces of paper, and he put them in a coffee can and he burnt these papers away. And that is how he was able to provide closure to all of these fantastic and brilliant players who then moved on to the next chapter of their lives. So that's the power of symbolism and rituals in communication. And this is something that can be used in business as well, when you want to invoke loyalty, when you want to get people to commit to a certain kind of action, and so many other things. If you have come across this kind of a ritual, some kind of symbolism which you feel has helped businesses grow, do share with me in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to have a conversation about that. Now for the communication tip, which is inspired by this particular story. I'm going to narrate another quick anecdote with you. So recently we worked with a startup called Deconstruct Skincare. Now this startup has been formed by an IIT alumni. Her name is Malini. Malini was clear that she wanted to build a science-based brand when it came to skincare, but she wasn't clear about how to articulate this entire promise, right? And that's when we started working together on these story coaching sessions, and the story came out to be information over impulse, that modern Indian women want information and don't want to buy skincare products on impulse. And that is how, one of their bigger competitors actually stole some lines that we had written and shared it on their Instagram page. And for Malini, that was a validation of the story's success. So yeah, now this is a business anecdote that I narrate in my conversations with potential clients, partners, and even at forums. And that is what I have seen helps people understand what we do a lot more easily than they would have otherwise. So remember, business anecdotes are really powerful. Don't let them pass you by. rather than using marketing jargon and business speak, note down the business anecdotes that are happening to your company on a daily basis. Write them down, just a few keywords. Try to narrate them in 3 to 5 lines, and you will see that you will be able to connect better with audiences because of that. So that was my communication tips in this video. That's all that I have for you in this video today. But like I always say, please feel free to share any questions about storytelling or communication in comments. Either I or one of my colleagues will definitely answer them. A bit about the Storyco: we are a storytelling coaching and training firm. We try to deconstruct good storytelling and communication techniques into easy to replicate models so that you can use them in your everyday communication. And like I said, ask us questions and we will be happy to answer them. That's it from me in this video. I'll see you in the next one pretty soon. Till then, play basketball or any other sport or take a trek. Do whatever you feel like. That's it. Bye-bye.